what are we talking about today?
All right, hey guys, today we're going to talk about how to become top rated on Upwork. And if you stay tuned to the very end of the video, we're even going to talk about how to get the very exclusive expert vetted status, which is information you cannot find anywhere else. So make sure you watch through to the very end. All right, guys. So today we're going to be talking about all those little Upwork badges, why they're important, how to get them, and what the benefits are of each. But first, what is the Upwork badge? What are these statuses and why do they matter? We'll put a little screenshot up on the screen so guys can see exactly what we're talking about. But these are the little badges that will appear at the top of your profile. They are a bit of a designation of sorts. They indicate to potential clients whether or not you are rising talent on the platform, whether or not you are top rated or top rated plus, expert vetted, etc. There are four main different designations that you can achieve on Upwork at the time of this recording. Those are, as I just said, rising star, or I'm sorry, rising talent. I keep wanting to say rising star. I think it's the name of a television show. Don't sue me. It's rising talent, top rated plus, and expert vetted status. They also mean that you are in that top tier percent of talent, aka you get bragging rights. And what exactly those percentages look like? Again, we'll put this up on the screen as well. Top rated means you're in the top 10% of talent on the Upwork platform. Top rated plus means you're in the top 3% of talent on the Upwork platform. And expert vetted status means that you're in the top 1% of talent on the Upwork platform. By the way, if you've never tuned into the Morgan Mix before, I am Morgan Overholt. I'm a freelancer and a blogger. I've earned $600,000 on the Upwork platform in just 5 years. And this is Elena O'Neill.
I'm the mix. I'm Elena O'Neill. I'm more behind the scenes. I'm Morgan's right-hand woman, essentially. I'm also in the freelancing world and I'm also a blogger as well.
If you don't already subscribe to our channel, make sure you do so. We do these videos once a week. We usually release new videos on Thursday. Also, if you want to read ahead or read alongside as we go through all this information, you can look at the description box on this very video where I will link a longer blog post that kind of breaks all this down. Also makes for a really handy dandy quick reference tool for you too. So make sure that you click in the description and that you like and subscribe the video. We're new here to YouTube and so we need all of the lovies and all the little likeys that we can get. Okay, thanks. Okay, so first up, we're going to talk about rising talent. This is going to be the first badge that you receive as a new Upworker to the platform. All right. First, we're going to talk about the requirements. Then we're going to talk about the benefits that you receive. You've got to do a handful of things to get this rising talent badge. This is the easiest one to achieve. All right, guys. And it means you're on your way to greatness. First, you got to pass the Upwork readiness test. Turns out you've got to do that anyway just to be on the Upwork platform. Right, Elena?
You can watch our videos. We've covered this extensively in the past.
Exactly. You also have to make sure that you've got a pretty good track record of completing projects on time as promised to clients. You need to maintain a 100% complete profile with an accurate set of skills and genuine work listed. You also need to make sure that you're keeping that availability status on your profile up to date. You need to be submitting regular proposals. We're talking about like a minimum of 2 or 3 a week, I would say. At a bare minimum of at least once a week, you've got to be fairly active on the platform. And then again, finally, this is the most important thing. Speaking of that activity, you've got to have been active in the past 90 days or have just joined in the past 30 days to achieve the Rising Talent badge. There are 3 benefits to rising talent. Freelancers who carry the rising talent distinction will enjoy reduced fees starting at 10% on featured jobs. Y'all know that's like the #1 gripe, right? What are the fees right now for jobs under 500, Al?
20%.
Yes, ma'am. 20% the first 500. After that, it drops to 10% on until you get to 10,000. Then it goes to 5% after 10,000. So this is a pretty big deal. The fact that as soon as you get Rising Talent badge, any featured job, your fee just automatically starts at 10%, which is pretty cool. And people always complain about those fees. So anytime you can reduce them, big deal. Another benefit, you get a one-time bonus of 30 free Upwork Connects. And Upwork Connects are those things that you need. It's kind of like a digital currency that Upwork uses that helps you apply for jobs. You need them to apply for jobs, I should say. And then you also get access to chat and ticket support from a specialized customer support team. So this one really is mostly about kind of staying active and being a woman or man of your freelancing word, basically. That's how you get the Rising Talent badge. Then, Annalena, I don't know if you want to go through the top rated requirements here, kind of take turns in doing this, but top rated is the one where you really want to be, because talk about benefits. This is where the benefits really come in.
So in order to qualify for top rated, you have to have a current job success score of 90% or higher, have your first hire on Upwork more than 90 days ago, maintained rising talent status. So it's kind of a ladder that you're going to be climbing up. You have to get that rising talent first, have a 100% complete profile, have 12 months earning of at least $1,000, have an up-to-date availability status, have an account in good standing with no recent account holds, and you have to be active on the platform in the past 90 days.
And don't forget that you've also got to keep that job success score of at least 90% for the last 13 to 16 weeks. That one kind of trips people up a little bit sometimes.
Consistency is really important for maintaining these badges. And the benefits of having top rated status is reduced fees starting at 10% on featured jobs, more control over your job success score, invitations to submit proposals to jobs assisted by talent specialist. You get the job digest email, you get faster payments on hourly contracts and premium customer service, including phone and chat support.
The faster payment thing is actually really handy. I wrote an article about this in my blog recently, which I can link below. But it can actually, on hourly contracts, shave 5 days off of your payment schedule. So that's a pretty big deal if you like money.
I mean, I like money.
It's a big deal to me, at least. I don't know about y'all, but whatever. All right. Next up, we have top rated plus. You had to have earned and maintained a top rated status already. Again, like Elena said, ladder, you got to have one before the other. You had to have earned at least $10,000 in earnings over the course of the last 12 months. That's for solo freelancers. Agencies, you had to have actually earned $20,000 in the last 12 months. You also had to have worked or are working on large contracts in the last 12 months. And we'll talk about what large contracts are a little bit later on. So we'll clarify that for you without any negative outcomes. Well, I won't say any. With majorly without negative incomes. Okay. It's okay to have one or two oopsies. Nobody's perfect, but as a whole, we want you to be pretty good. Again, it's about being a man and woman of your word, doing a good job consistently for your clients, pretty much throughout with all these badges. The benefits include, again, reduced fees, which you should have been earning since you got your rising talent badge. You again get more control of your job success score. You get invitations to submit proposals to jobs assisted by talent specialists. You get the job digest email, and again, you got that with your last benefit, but I wouldn't say it's the most exciting email that you're going to receive, but you do get it. And then again, you get those faster payouts that we just talked about, which I think is a really big bang deal. And then you also get access to premium customer support, including phone and chat. And I can tell you that customer support is also a major deal on Upwork. And then we're going to talk about being expert vetted. All right. So expert vetted is kind of that biggie. And there's not a lot of people that have really achieved this status, because this is like only 1% of the top tier of talent on Upwork. So Elena, do you want to kind of go through the requirements real quick and then the benefits? And then I'll talk a little bit more about exactly how I achieved the expert vetted status.
Okay, so expert vetted is basically major bragging rights. You represent the top 1% of talent on Upwork. You must be identified by pre-screening process by talent managers. You are experts in the field. You must demonstrate strong soft skills, including reliable execution and excellent communication. The benefits you will enjoy are that you get an expert vetted badge on your profile that displays to Upwork Enterprise and business clients, and you get access to talent manager who understands the strengths and helps match them to the right clients. I find that the more you grow, the more that you get invited to things, the more you have ongoing contracts. Is the talent manager something that you use?
So the talent manager is actually something. So the talent manager and the talent scout are kind of two different things, right? So the talent scouts that we were talking about earlier on, sorry, I think they're called talent specialists now, technically speaking, right? So the talent specialist is actually the person who's going to be sort of going out and helping you find jobs. Personally, I don't really use a talent specialist. I find that there's kind of an unnecessary middleman, unpopular opinion. The talent manager is something completely different. And it's a really good segue because this is the thing that trips people up. Sure, everything we just said, they're like, okay, well, that doesn't really tell me how to get pre-screened by a talent. How in the heck am I supposed to get this expert vetted badge, right? Well, it's literally you having been top rated plus for a while, and then using that line of communication that we talked about before, that premium customer service support, reaching out and saying, yes, I need a talent manager to contact me to personally vet me one-on-one and to consider me for expert vetted status. That is literally something that you have to do. And that is different from any of these other badges, right? Like on the rising talent, on the top rated plus, all those things happen automatically with time. But expert vetted is different. You have to actually reach out to, whether it be customer service, or if you already have like an inside contact at Upwork, you can reach out to them and ask to be considered for the plat or this designation. But that's the really big thing that y'all should know. Like, I've met freelancers, Josh Burns, who I talk about all the time on this channel, because he's like, I look up to him on YouTube. He's got a gabillion
It's
subscribers
like your
now.
freelance BFF.
I know, it's my freelance BFF. He's earned like, I think what, $700,000-$800,000 on Upwork at this point. So yeah, like I major props to him, but he wasn't even expert vetted till recently. He was like, Morgan, how'd you get expert vetted? He's made more money than I have. And I said, no, you got to actively reach out. And sure enough, the second he reached out, it was a matter of just, I think a few hours, maybe even like a day. And he also had the badge. So you do have to be more proactive on this. All right. So if you do take one thing away from this video, remember, just be proactive on this. And a lot of this now, both expert vetted, one more thing, expert vetted and top rated plus. We'd mentioned earlier that you do need to have these larger contracts completed and have generally good feedback on these larger contracts. Again, we'll kind of put this table or this list up on the screen so you guys can really get a feel for what those larger projects are, but they vary by category. And they also depend on whether or not you're a freelancer or an agency. And I'll just kind of list a few of these and you guys can kind of see the rest on your screen. But like for accounting and consulting, a large contract would be considered to be about $10,000. In the fields of design and creative, like Elena and I are in, a large contract would be considered to be $5,000. In web development, a large contract would be around $15,000. And it's also very important to note that these do not have to be milestones. This could be over the course of a very long time, but basically, or a very short time. The Upwork just wants to see that you're capable of handling a large project, whether it took you one day or whether it took you 12 months, and that you're consistently getting good feedback on those large projects. So make sure that you check that out. And again, we're also going to link all of that good stuff in the description below, because we've talked about it all in full in the larger article. So that is kind of how you achieve these 4 badges, guys. And I can tell you from personal experience, with each one of these badges, they have helped me win more jobs on Upwork. They've helped me put everything on like autopilot. Like back in the early days of Upwork, Elaine and I had to apply for jobs like constantly. It's so much harder to win that first job or two, but kind of once you get rolling, it's really all job invites. And then you one day you wake up and you're not even applying for jobs anymore. They're all just kind of coming to you and you're sitting back and relaxing.
And you get to the point where you're trying to bat them away with a stick. You have too much work.
Back. Too many clients. Yeah, no, but that is the funny thing. Like, you actually do get to the point, believe it or not, where you will have so much work that you'll even turn your availability on Upwork off a little bit, because you need a little bit of a break and you don't have time to take it all on. So that's kind of the real hidden benefit to all of these badges. It's not just a pretty badge on your profile to add a little pop of color. They actually do some functionality. And like Elena said earlier, bragging rights. And Lord knows, I definitely make sure that I always mention this in every single Upwork proposal that I think I've ever seen in my life. I'm always like, and by the way, I'm rising talent on Upwork. And by the way, I'm top rated on Upwork. By the way, I'm expert vetted on Upwork. And in case you didn't know, it means I'm top 1% of all the freelancers on this platform. So feel free to get a little extra mileage out of your badges too by, bragging about yourself a little bit.
And I'm guessing too that it's one of those things that kind of keeps the algorithm happy. We don't know the exact inner workings of the Upwork algorithm, but I think a lot of these platforms kind of want you to do things certain ways. And I think Upwork kind of wants you to get these badges and be consistent. And so the more that you kind of play by Upwork's rules, the more Upwork may favor you. Would you say that's kind of accurate, Morgan?
Absolutely. And I want to end on this point too, guys. Look, it's also possible if you were inactive on Upwork for a large amount of time that you might temporarily lose your top rated status, but you can get it back by just doing all the things we talked about earlier. So that is not a permanent thing. Once you get it, it's not like a set it and forget it thing. You can walk away for a year, not do anything, come back and expect it's still going to be there, but you can go back and get it again. It's also not the end of the world, right, Elena?
Right. Yeah. I haven't really been very active on Upwork in the past few months because we've just been so busy on other projects. And so my status, I think I used to get up to top rated and then it kind of fell back down. So I would have to do some consistent work to get it back up there, but it's not the end of the world, but you do have to be consistent to maintain those statuses.
So hopefully that's given you guys a little bit of insight on exactly how to earn and maintain these badges and all the benefits that they provide. Make sure that you connect with me here on social media. My handle is at Morgan O Media on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. I'm very active on Twitter, so make sure to give me a shout out there and like and subscribe this video. Like I said, we're brand new and we're trying to figure this stuff out as we go. So we'd really appreciate that too. Thanks so much. I kind of feel like that mouse and the mouse trap that or the mouse test that's trying to find the cheese. I like how like smart mouses, they figure out where the cheese is. And I'm like the dumb mouse that never figures out how to adapt and find the cheese because every week we record these and every week I'm like, where's that record button? Where's that invite button? And I can never remember. Every week's fresh to me.
You've got a lot of mazes to work with though. I mean, you get dropped into a new maze about once, every 10 minutes. So I think that's forgivable.